Hi YouTube, hi Diggs. It's very lazy today. Hey, you want to do a video? Diggs, should we do a video? Yeah. What do you want to talk about? I want to talk about dog treats. No, we're going to talk about stability, and we're going to talk about secrets to keeping a reef tank. But before we do that, quick update on the display tank. This is becoming sort of a vlog, unintentionally. I just wanted to do videos in general, and then it's kind of going vlog style, so I don't know how you feel about that, but that's what's happening anyways. We added this beautiful, I can't remember the name of this wrasse. I used to have 3 of them, and he was in our, see if I can focus, this camera's tricky because he keeps moving, but I don't know the name of it. If you know the name, let us know the name. It's a beautiful wrasse, but he was in the sump because he actually jumped out of the tank we had in the basement, and he lived in the sump for the longest time. I would say like probably a year. And I finally was able to catch him down there, and I think we might need a lid on this tank because he looks like a jumper. What else did I want to talk about? This Duncan, we just added it. It's starting to open. It was open earlier, so I really think that that bicolor flame, whatever stupid blenny that was in here, was the culprit and the reason behind our Duncans. They were struggling, and then even those, you saw our other video, the bite marks that we had on the Tortusa, they look about the same, but it's only been a few days, so I guess we gotta wait and see. But anyways, that's the update. I don't think there's anything new going on with this tank. Any new corals? No, looks good. Thriving reef tank. That was the whole point of this video. I get sidetracked very easily, as you noticed, but basically I think the key to keeping a tank healthy, any reef tank healthy and happy and looking good, is stability. So what does that mean when I say stability? Number one thing is keeping your hands out of the water. Just try not to dick around as much. Once the tank is set up and running good, I find people come in the store and there's all these fun and cool products on the shelves, and they just want to add stuff and do stuff to the tank. Leave the tank alone. The less you do in this hobby, the better. And here's just another couple examples of nice looking reef tanks. Yeah, do less. Less is definitely more. And if you're gonna make a change to the tank, everything you wanna do in this hobby, you wanna do slowly. So if you decide, you know, something is, you wanna change in the tank and you go out and buy a product, I usually recommend doing a quarter, even half the recommended dose of whatever it is you're gonna put in the tank. So you really wanna try and keep your hands out and try and keep things stable. So how do we keep things stable? We're trying to keep, what are we talking about? It's the levels in the aquarium. So we want to keep salinity would be number 1, our calcium, and more importantly, our alkalinity and magnesium, phosphate, nitrate. So to keep a tank stable, you need to test. I can't stress that enough. We are not really maintaining, we're not really taking care of corals. Okay, we're taking care of corals, sure. But we're maintaining the water. And if the water is maintained, the corals really more or less take care of themselves. So testing is everything. And consistency. Once you set up a routine or regimen, you test your nitrates every Saturday or whatever it is you decide, or you decide I'm going to do my water change bi-weekly or monthly, whatever works for you, sticking to that routine and sticking to that regimen, because the tank will just do better as you're more consistent. The other thing I can say in keeping tanks stable is getting good equipment. So what does that mean? Auto top off. I think this is a great investment. If you don't have one on your tank, you're keeping a saltwater reef tank, and every day this thing's evaporating, you're losing, and your salinity is going out of whack. And then you come and you flood it at the end of work with fresh water, and it's going up and down. I think an auto top off is probably one of the best pieces of equipment you can buy for your reef tank. It's just going to keep your salt level, which is probably arguably one of the most important levels in a saltwater tank. It keeps it stable throughout the whole day, because it's slowly going to add salt to the tank so that you're not adding it all at one shot, and it's just stable. That's exactly what we're looking for, is stability. So that's a great investment. Other things like good heaters and good skimmers, and just investing in just all around good equipment. So I don't want to talk too much about equipment in this video, because the whole point I'm trying to get across is stability. So that comes back to testing and keeping your levels in check. And when problems do arise, because okay, I'm showing you our tanks right now, at their best. I document sometimes, you know, some issues. Okay, look at our Duncan, what's going on. Even today, okay, look at this. So I pulled out these 5 ACAN frags from our coral beds, and I can't figure out why they're not doing well. So I'm testing and I'm testing. Yesterday I pulled out maybe another 5, no, maybe 10 ACAN frags, and it's not like they're freshly cut. These are old frags. We've had them here for a couple of weeks. They're dying, they're melting, and I can't figure out why. Not yet. I'm going to continue testing. I thought it was magnesium, but that's fine. Maybe phosphate. I'm not really sure. I'm a little bit stumped right now. But the point I'm trying to make is when problems arise, you want to tackle things one at a time, and don't go and make, you know, big changes to the system to try and fix one thing. So the ACAN example that I'm using right now, those ACAN frags aren't doing well. It's kind of stressing me out. I don't want to kill coral. I don't want to kill ACAN frags, but I'm not going to go and make a huge change because everything else in the system is doing fantastic. If something is off, something is bothering them. So if you have one coral that's not doing well in the tank, don't go change your lights to try and keep, you know, or make that one coral happy, because you can end up snowballing and creating a lot of other problems very quickly in a reef tank. So stuff goes bad very quickly. I mean, you can go from a thriving, beautiful reef tank like this that took a year to create, and it's just this manicured, you know, I'm not trying to toot our own horn, but this is a very nice Evo. Took a long time. You could go from this to complete catastrophic, not so happy reef tank in one evening, overnight. You know, if something happened with the salt, or you decided I got to add alkalinity and you didn't read the instructions and you threw in too much, it's very easy to crash these things. Yeah, not to try and scare people that are maybe watching this and not in the hobby yet. I'm just trying to emphasize the fact that good things in the hobby happen very slowly, and bad things in the hobby can happen very quickly. So patience is key. Stability is key. Patience and stability. Research, reading, watching my stupid YouTube videos that I'm really enjoying making. Things like that. But take everything with a grain of salt. Even the stuff that I say, these are things that have worked for me. These are my experiences, and you could copy this system and what I'm telling you to a T, and it might not work for you, and vice versa. I'll go and read something someone said on a forum or watch a video, and I try it and it may not work. There's a little bit of magic that goes on with these systems. I call it PFM. It's just pure magic. So yeah, take everything with a grain of salt and figure out what works for you. And once you've figured it out, once you have a tank that's doing well, take your hands out, try not to overthink, try not to touch them, let them do their own thing. The hobby becomes easier as the tanks get older. It's hard to explain, but they almost begin to take care of themselves. Just stay on top of the testing, try and keep it as stable as possible. I think I talked enough about reef tanks for today, but give me other ideas. Somebody walked in today and just said, you know, what's the most important thing with keeping a reef tank? So that gave me the idea for this video. And I know I'm overdue for a Nero review video. I keep talking about how much I love these pumps. I gotta just give them the time they deserve because they are awesome. And I want to do a video on ATOs, auto top-offs, because I just told you how important they are, and maybe cover some of the ones we sell here in the store and give you sort of my input on what's the best one on the market or what you should look for when you're buying an ATO. But as usual, any questions, comments, I'm going to leave our phone number at the end of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit us up in the comments, email, you know how to do it. Thanks.